Welcome to the 2021 Economic Depression and Preparation Channel. I'm your host, Tony. Thank you for joining me on this Tuesday, July 20th, 2021 edition. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button, preach to me, so you can get the latest on all of the financial news that's going on in here in America and beyond. I appreciate your support. And let's get right into it. Today, we're going to be talking about the benefits of remote work and the statistics of it, looking at it since the pandemic has started and since it's ongoing, what that means for work in the future for Americans, not counting those, by the way, who there's a lot of articles going around saying a lot of Americans have quit, decided to quit their jobs. I'm not sure. There's a lot of conflicting information on that, but we'll look at that as well. So we'll go right into it. Today, we're going to talk about while remote work might not revolutionize where we work. And this is Apple's campus, their massive spaceship campus, quote unquote, that they have here in Cupertino, California. And, Apple is one of the companies, the big five companies that said that they were going to continue remote work and telework. And this is where other agencies like the government and other people have followed suit. Apple, Facebook, Google, Netflix, Hulu, some other companies like that in the Silicon Valley have led the way. They've been doing that since the pandemic, even before the pandemic started. They've allowed massive workspaces, massive campuses full of gyms. They got all kind of gyms, playgrounds, baby daycare, everything you need is contained within this area here. And they spent $5 billion on it to construct it, making it one of the most expensive buildings in the world, all part of Steve Jobs' vision of a highly centralized company where Apple employees collaborate under one roof in the place where the company was founded. And now Apple seems to be abandoning that vision. They're decentralizing operations away from the expensive donut. And the reason for this change is that housing in the Bay Area has gotten so doggone expensive that even high-paid Apple employees are struggling to live there. So they said, look, instead of paying for all this office space, we might also save money and let people work from home, a hybrid model. So now, starting in September, the company will adopt a hybrid model that allows most employees to work from home 2 days a week, which lets them commute less freely. They don't have to spend 2 hours in Bay Area traffic, and perhaps even live further away from the donut. And they like that flexibility. Now, I believe that this is going to happen with a lot of companies, and even within the government, and even within other private sector companies, whether they're consulting or contracting or other companies like that. They're going to do a hybrid model. Maybe you do 2 days on, 2 days off at the office, or maybe you do 3 days away from the office and at home, or another alternate duty station, as they call it, and 2 days at the office. So a lot of employees are in favor of this model. A lot of self-employed people are in favor of this model, and contractors as well, because it saves money, it saves time, and it saves resources as well. So remote office and satellite office, freeing up many brainiacs from working in those places, some of which have failed to build enough housing to support the people getting sucked in by that vortex. The question is whether we're on the verge of a great convergence. Well, I don't think so, because during this time that we've had the internet 2.0, now we're in the internet 3.0. And in the internet 3.0, it's changed the way in which we work. Obviously, about half of new teleworkers say they have more flexibility now. The majority who are working in person worry about the virus exposure, even with the shot. Okay, say you go back into the office in your cubicle. Social distancing goes out the window. You want to talk to your colleagues. You want to collaborate using all these different tools like Slack and Microsoft Teams and, all the stuff that they give us to do our jobs. But you still could be exposed to this virus that we're just, whatever it is, that we're still learning about, because it's only been out, officially anyway, for a year and a half now. So, guys, the numbers show that before the coronavirus outbreak, you can see the chart here, only 20% of people eligible employees work from an alternate duty station, telework, i.e. from home. Now, currently working from home, that's over 71% of workers are working from home right now. Would want to work from home after this pandemic ends. 54% will still want to continue to work from home. And I can't blame them at all. I can't knock them at all for that. Why come back to a office tower, when you can be in the comfort of your home and just partition the space to do work and do everything else, and that's it, and so that's also something as well. But although you missed the social aspect of in the congenital and the social aspect and the colloquialisms and everything of being, a team, part of your team there. I think there's a word. I think there's something to be said about reading people's body language and, the nonverbal communication and the verbal communication. It just makes you feel better to see a smile in person that does through a Zoom call. I don't know about you, or through Microsoft Teams or Skype. It just makes you feel so much better when you can see it in person and you can experience a handshake or, get to meet business clients like that. But, I know we live in a different world now, and this is what they're trying to go for now. The Internet 3.0 is the Internet of Things. And so that means that everything is connected to this 5G or 6G, and that, robots and automation and people live together in this dystopian happy world. But that's a little off topic, but this is what we're going toward. The technology, people said they had the technology and equipment to do the job. 87% agreed. They were able to meet deadlines. 80% agreed. Having adequate workspace. 77% majority agreed. Majority agreed that they feel motivated to fill their work, about a 60-30 split, according to the Pew Research Center. But what's interesting to note is a lot of workers say they get more done from home than they do in the office. And so that's one positive benefit of remote work. I don't see remote work or telework going away. I just see it going to a hybrid schedule. That's the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen. Lower income workers less likely to have the option of teleworking, more likely to be concerned about exposure to coronavirus. Well, duh. A lot of us who are essential employees, like, trash, sanitation workers, custodial workers, people in the fast food or retail business, they don't have the option to work from home yet. And so that can cause a lot of worry because they've been exposed to the virus, more. Bus drivers, school, all that kind of stuff. Even teachers are worried about being exposed to this pandemic and being out there. But unfortunately, the school districts, everybody has to come back in a lot of these districts, and that's creating a lot of tension. But it can be resolved in a more suitable way if companies and employees are able to work together. And I think with this depression going on, this U.S. depression, they're trying to use the pandemic, the cover, or Plandemic, as a lot of you said in the comments. They're trying to use that as a cover for the depression because they can't tell everybody that we're going to have to downsize and that we're broke or insolvent as a country because of $28.5 trillion of national debt that we have. No one wants to loan us any money. No nation, no sane nation like China or Russia or India or any of these countries, they don't want to loan us any money anymore because we're in so much debt. We need the nation. They can't just come out and just crash everything. And so they're doing it slowly this way to close down some of the buildings downtown, the skyscrapers, which are mostly banks and hotels and, private equity firms anyway downtown. For most of these cities, you look at most of these cities, skyscrapers are dominated by banks and skyscrapers and hotels, right? So instead of paying for people leasing space in these offers and these super skyscrapers, they're saying you can work from home and save money because they're running out of money, especially now they don't want to pay us benefits and things like that. And retirement pensions are going out the window for a lot of younger Americans. And Social Security is kind of hanging in the balance too. So with all that being said, it is feasible and actually possible that work from home is here to stay. It's on a hybrid schedule. Younger teleworkers said they have a hard time feeling motivated to do the work. Hey, motivation comes from within, so that's something that they're going to have to be relied on. So what do you think? Looking at the statistics here that I've shown you, 4 in 10 workers say their jobs can mostly be done from home. And now, if you look at it, a lot of grocery stores now even installing even more self-checkout. I was at Whole Foods today. They installed a whole 6-7 self-checkouts. There's only 2 humans at these registers now. Everything else is self-checkout. And it's Amazon's goal. I don't know if you heard Jeff Bezos, Sir Jeff Bezos. He said that it's his goal to have a store without any cashiers, without any self-checkout. They're going to fully convert to just where you walk in, you pay with your phone, or you have this RFID chip in your phone or either implanted on you, and you can just walk in and pick up whatever you want and walk out, and they have facial recognition cameras. All of that is coming to these stores, to these malls, to everything too. So I just want to throw that out there too. They're moving to an automation society. That's part of Internet 3.0. You can look it up, Internet of Things. That's what's coming. And so look, I would much rather feel safer at home than to go run into a robot and, make a mistake or something and then it's trying to, lock me up with something I didn't do, or a drone or something. I said something smart to it and it misunderstood what I was trying to say because it's not human, and I end up getting arrested or something, or fined or something crazy. All that's coming, guys. So just be prepared. Now, just what do you think about remote work? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you wish you had more human interaction? Because at the core, we're humans. We need interaction. We're not machines. We're not just commodities on some market to do work for other people. We are humans. We have feelings. We have needs. We have wants. We are intelligent, and we deserve social interaction. But at the same time, under the guise of this pandemic, many are saying that they just want to stay home and lock in and cocoon themselves, do work, school, fun, and everything from the house, and only go out when necessary. Let me know what you think. Italy tried it. They did a total lockdown when this outbreak first started over there. I don't know how it worked for them, but I know a lot of people got frustrated and things happened. Let me know what you think will happen over here if we went into a total lockdown like Italy and the UK, United Kingdom did a few months back. Thank you very much for listening. Talk to you very soon.